Well, hello everybody. This is Dr. Drake 63 here again today. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to start with our first shots and evaluation of the BCM RECCE 14.5, or called the RECCE-14. This puppy right here, which we picked up earlier this week. Been excited about shooting it, and we're gonna see how it does today. Evaluate it both in terms of accuracy with a couple different kinds of ammo, as well as just basic function. How does it do with the different types of things that you want your AR to do? I do have some follow-up information from the prior video. I told you at the introduction of the unboxing video that as soon as I figured out what RECCE or RECCE or RECCE was meant to be a short or abbreviation for, much less how to pronounce it, that I would pass that on. I have since found out that RECCE is basically an acronym or kind of a slang term used for Special Operations Reconnaissance. And in particular, the Navy SEALs were looking for something that was going to be tighter tolerances, do better after being exposed to water and elements and so forth, and lighter weight than the standard M4 issue at the time. And so the Special Operations Command designed a style of rifle called a RECCE, which is what this is. In this particular configuration today, I'm going to be evaluating accuracy with a combination of these iron sights that you see here, as well as this Trijicon MRO, which is a very nice quality 2 MOA red dot. I have a separate video out about this, and suggest that you watch that if you'd like to get some more information where I compare it to the Aimpoint Pro. What I like about this versus the micro dots is it's easier to get a target into your line of sight with a larger reticle. The micro dots are much smaller, so doesn't take up a lot of weight, but like I said, if you want to know more about that particular optic, please check out my evaluation of the Trijicon MRO. But today, it's going to be about the BCM. We're going to be shooting outdoors. The weather-wise is typical for Minnesota. Yesterday, it was 87 degrees, sunny and perfect. Today is Saturday. Of course, I don't go into work, which means that it's overcast. It's about 55 degrees with a slight breeze. It really shouldn't affect what we're doing, but we're gonna definitely get this sighted in and maybe stretch its legs out to a couple hundred meters or so. So appreciate you tuning in, and thanks for watching, as always. So we're going to evaluate today 3 different types of ammo, and as is the case, no trip to my ammo supplier can be complete without picking up stuff I didn't think I was going to pick up. But when you see stuff like this Winchester 5.56 55 grain on sale for $6 for 20, you're going to pick up. Well, in my case, I picked up all they had left. Always looking for deals on some of my favorite hunting type ammo, 308 and 270 Winchester, and nice deal on the 9mm Winchester ammo today. And what do you know? Picked up a PMAG. But we're going to talk more about the RECCE here, and the ammo that we're going to try out today, and see what kind of differences we're going to get. We're going to take a look at 62 grain American Eagle. This is a 5.56 round. It's a full metal jacket. It's boat tail, which is what the BT stands for, ball ammo. We have Fianchi full metal jacket. Now this is in 223, and that's also boat tail. Okay, now 223 and 5.56 aren't exactly the same thing. They're close enough, but we're also going to look at a 55 grain true 5.56 from Winchester, and this is full metal jacket, and this is just full metal jacket. This isn't boat tail or any of that. So what do I expect based on what I know? This rifle is a 1 in 7 twist. Okay, it's 14.5 inches barrel length. So right here where you see this muzzle device, from here on back, you're looking at 14.5 inches, and then this is a pin and welded, has to be within Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms rules. So it's a little bit shorter than your standard carbine, but not much. So with a 1-in-7 twist, first of all, just a quick refresher from guys that might hear this term and not know what it means. 1-in-7 basically means that for every 7 inches of barrel, you get 1 revolution of the rifling inside the barrel. So it's going to rotate your round 1 time every 7 inches. In the case of this 14.5-inch barrel, basically 2 times around. Okay. These rifles do really well with stabilizing heavier rounds, so I expect it's going to be more accurate with this 62 grain ammo than it is the 55 grain ammo. What I expect it to be even more accurate with, I don't have today. It's on order. I ordered 500 rounds of Hornady 77 grain open tip boat tail, and that's match grade ammo. So I've got 500 rounds of that coming, and when we get into our more intensive study of accuracy using magnified optics and so forth, we'll talk more about that. But for today, we're using this stuff. And typically it's not expensive. Your most common that you're going to see out in the marketplace is going to be first the 55 grain, followed by the 62 grain. And so my expectations here is not a lot of difference between any of them. It is a brand new rifle. It does have a nice Geisley trigger on it, which has had some degree of polish work done on it, is my understanding. I believe it's like nickel boron material. And so it's not going to shoot like a broken end trigger, but it's going to shoot a lot better, and it feels a lot better than a mil-spec trigger. So a couple other things to point out on this firearm since the unboxing review. You see I've gone ahead and used the QD mount, and what's really nice is here, and I really like this, here on the back, right under this castle nut, you have a QD mount where it goes right in there. And I've never been a big fan of attaching QD mounts out on extended or sliding stocks because it puts additional stress on there. Maybe not a lot, but I really like the idea of keeping all of that weight bearing on the rifle itself and not out on the stock. So we'll see how we like that. We'll use that for some standing shots. So going to go off to the range. It's about a 45-minute drive from where I live, and looking forward to showing you what kind of results we get today. So you can see my earlier statement about the wind not being a factor, not so much. It was a big factor today. But here I'm going to take my very first shots. This is using the American Eagle 223 55 grain. And very first shots, we're at 100 yards here, and so many times in the past when I've put an optic on a brand new AR, it's been within a couple clicks of being right on. Not the case today with this MRO and these iron sights. I had to after not having a lot of success at 100, go back to 25 and get things right. And then was able to get things zeroed the way I needed. But my start was not as good as I thought it'd be. What was every bit as good as I thought it would be is the handling, the firing, and the ability to fast fire this particular firearm. Very impressed. Fired like a broken-in AR, and I was very happy with the function. Very consistent ejection at 4 o'clock for the spent brass, and didn't matter what I had in it. It fired like a champ, and so that wasn't an issue at all. Obviously, the wind isn't going to have a big effect on that, but the wind really played hell with trying to shoot anything past 50 yards, to be honest. Really blew stuff all over the place because it was gusting. So I didn't even attempt the 200 or 300 type yard shots that I was planning to. So we'll have to save that for another day. But overall, very, very impressed with the function of this rifle. Can't complain about it in any respect. Well, this is about what you'd expect without magnification on a windy day. You can kind of see that when we're on, we're on. When we speed up, we kind of open up these groups. But no complaints so far on the accuracy at all that we're seeing with the BCM. I think it's just a matter of let's get some magnification on that. Let's get some match grade ammo and see what it's capable of. I'm guessing it's sub-MOA shooter. Okay, guys. So as you were able to see from the footage out at the range today, not the best kind of weather for which to evaluate accuracy of, especially in AR shooting the lighter green bullets. So we did not get too much into that. More along the line of testing function. How does it feel? What's the trigger like? And I've got to say, very impressed with this firearm, as I knew it would be. Very tight tolerances. You know, just what you'd expect from a quality manufacturer. So I couldn't be happier with this rifle, and I'm looking forward to next steps with it. Those next steps are going to include some ammo I have that's on the way, which is some 77 grain match grade stuff. In addition to that, I've got a primary arms 1 through 6 ACSS scope coming. And I've seen nothing except really anywhere from good to great to fantastic reviews on this particular glass, and in particular the reticle that is a part of it. So obviously you'll be seeing more about that from me, but we've got picked up the mount for that today, a Burris AR mount, and should be receiving that via mail call this week. So looking forward to mounting that and shooting it. Haven't quite decided yet if we're going to first mount it on the Galil 308 or if we're going to put it on this guy. I have a feeling I'm going to put it on this guy. This is such a lightweight rifle at 6 pounds that adding 15 ounces of scope and probably another couple ounces of mounting hardware is still going to be a pretty lightweight affair. So I'm definitely stoked about that, and with some magnification, seeing what kind of accuracy we can get with some match grade ammo, like I said, and some wind that isn't gusting 15 to 20 mile an hour across the range. So want to thank you for watching. Want to encourage any of you. I would have to say at this point, and we've only got about 100 rounds or so through it, but I'd like to say at this point that BCM sure does seem to make a fine AR. One of the things I noticed in particular is with their proprietary muzzle device, not a lot of rise when firing rapid fire, which is a really nice feature. And I find the trigger to be very nice. It works very well, and both as a trigger you want to have for decent accuracy, as well as a trigger for getting rounds off quick. So kudos to the folks at Bravo Company. Looking forward to talking about this more as time goes on. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is DR Drake 63 signing off.